Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Perseverance Yoga. We are hitting those abs today. Truth be told, I am feeling low on this Thursday that I'm recording this. Bless you, bless you, bless you. But I was like, kick that out of the way. Kick those low feelings out of the way. Who needs them, right? Because every minute, you make a choice. You can either choose to suffer or you can choose happiness. Sometimes it's hard to make that choice. It's not always easy to choose happiness, but you do have a choice. And so right now, I'm choosing to suffer by doing core. I'm just kidding. I'm choosing not to be in my low state any longer. And I'm going to heat up this abdominal wall, get some solar plexus action going. And I figured, why not take you guys with me? Because you might need this too. Let's get started. We're going to hit that play button in uno, dos, tres. Come onto your back. I have a blanket here that'll help with any tension or low back discomfort. I'm also going to bring a block with me. Blocks can be torture devices. All right. So on your back, let's bring your knees together and your feet wide. Hey, Bella. Feet wide, knees together. Good. And then bring one hand onto your belly and one hand onto your heart. And take a moment. Settle into your breath. Check in with how you feel. And start to scoop your pubic bone towards your belly button so as to flatten your low back towards the floor. Keep breathing into your hands. You actually get this sort of feedback when you touch your heart, just like if, a mother were to rub your chest or their offspring's chest, not just any mother rubbing your chest. It's a similar thing. Endorphins release. It's this sort of comforting touch sensation, and you can do it to yourself. Deeper breaths, just settling in. Maybe something out the mouth. Soften that jaw. One more. Really merge the spine down. Lengthen your back. Press your knees together and start to pick up the hips. Good. And then roll the spine back and down. And let the tail settle. And then we'll do it again. Start to roll up, pick up the hips. And this is a little funky, yeah? Your knees are together, your feet are wide. So if it doesn't feel right, just separate your knees for me. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is the correlation between your hip flexors and your core. And those hip flexors are what connect your thighs, the fronts of your thighs, to your low belly. We'll go 3 or 4 more times, lifting and lowering, squeezing the thighs together for 2. And for 1, last one. Good, lower back down. This time, walk the feet together, take your knees wide. You can take your hips side to side here. I'm squeezing one booty cheek and the other to sort of wiggle out what we just did in the front. Good, now this is where the core work starts to come in. Reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, start to roll forward. So the upper body lifts, chin in towards your chest. Interlace your hands like a finger gun, Charlie's Angel Mudra. And we start to pulse. Ooh! I am so sore. So this should be interesting. But we start nice and slow. Ch. 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 You hear that? That's breath work. Little forceful exhales out of the mouth. You can also keep it in the nose. Out of the nose. It's better for filtration. It's more controlled. But this actually helps with exertion. So you choose. Do you want it smoother? Breathe in your nose, out your nose. Or do you want to help yourself exert? You might tire out quicker if you breathe out of the mouth. Have you stopped? Keep going. Don't stop. For 2. For 1, hold. Yeah, just hold. Stay lifted. Chin in, round the neck. And then start to lift the feet up and then tap the toes down. Yeah, feet up, toes down. Keep pressing those feet together. Soles of the feet smush. Yeah, try to flatten out the arch of your feet. And if you're flat foot, you're already there. Good job. All right, for 4. For 3, how's that low back doing? Smush it down. For 2. And for 1, hug the knees together, bring them into your chest. Take those knees wide, and then back and in. Big old circles. You're my little helper today, aren't you, Bella? She's been very affectionate today. She could tell that I was feeling low. That's a good Bella. All right, let one leg go long, and then the next hugs into your chest. And exhale to switch it out. Yes, I am here. I love you. And keep it going. Just switch nice and easy. No real effort to this yet. Just stretching out those leggies. How's that breathing? Keep it up. It's interesting when I start to feel like I don't want to do something, like I didn't want to record this class. I was just laying in bed, very reluctant. That's how I knew I needed to do it even more, right? Start to lift your upper body. Bring your chin in towards your chest. And this time it'll be a double pulse. Exhale. Just like running. I hate running, right? Not a lot of people love it. But in order to be successful at it, you have to stay consistent with it. That goes with pretty much all exercise. Oh, get him, Bella, get him. You have to find that consistency. Hey, not right now. She's living her life. So consistency is sometimes really, for lack of a better word, shitty. Yeah, it kind of sucks to have to keep doing everything. So bring it in towards your nose. Bring it in towards your nose. Don't stop. Keep it going. This is a quick burn, and then you're done. Yeah? Yeah, so consistency requires us to sometimes do things when we don't want to do them. I know there's the whole following your intuition. Point the toes. Stay lifted in the upper body. If it starts to hurt your neck, you can come down in the upper body. Even when our intuition says, I don't really feel like it, sometimes we have to push past that in order to reach our goals. Comfort zones does not a hero, champion, best version of yourself make, yeah? All right, for 3, 2, and exhale, knees into chest. 1, take a twist. Let your knees come over to the left, open up your arms like a T, and look to the right. Oh my gosh, it's so much easier said than done to do things when you don't feel like doing them. Preaching to the choir here about that. And switch it out. But then when you do them, there's that sense of accomplishment. And you'd think like that would be enough motivation for people to want to do something. Like, once I get this done, I'll feel so good. But sometimes it's not enough, right? And you just have to bite the bullet and do it even though it's the last thing on earth you want to do. All right, bring it back to center. Start to rock and roll front to back. We'll come back onto your back in a second, but we got to take a little detour. Massaging it out. All right, cross your ankles, tabletop pose. Spread your fingers. Take your hips side to side. And a lot of times the things that keep us from doing what we want to do is fear. right? It's not even a sense of laziness, because laziness really just extends from fear. Because if you think about it, if you're being lazy, it's actually kind of boring. Nobody wants to feel boring. No one wants to be bored, right? So laziness is actually kind of boring. It's fear that causes us to not want to do something. Walk your hands forward, dip your heart down. Come back up and find a couple of cat-cows, push the earth away, chin in towards your chest. And now start to bring your heart through the frame of your arm bones. Good, go for a few more times. For 2. And for 1, bring the knees in line with your wrists, right under your knees. Tuck your right toes, lengthen your left leg back. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hug and squeeze. Good, bring it back. Nice and easy, no drama here, just keep it going. Focus on your form, focus on your shoulders staying square, your lower ribs lifting, so we're not dumping them down, yeah? We're lifting the low ribs. Contracting that belly as you bring the knee up and in. Let's go for 4. Maybe point the toe if it feels better for 3. For 2. And for 1, keep it there. Tiny pulses, tiny pulse, tiny pulse. Yep. Little exhales if you need. Don't stop. Fear is so hard to overcome. But really all it is future-based thought, future-based thinking. Something that hasn't already happened yet. Some grandpa somewhere said, worrying is like paying interest on your fears. For 3, 2, and 1, let that knee come down, take a couple circles. Paying interest on your fears, it's like, not only are there parts of your brain that are like, oh no, the future, but then you're also like, oh no, the future on the present. Does that make sense? You know, if it doesn't, don't worry about it, but hopefully it does. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. All right, let's switch it out. Right leg back. Active foot, pull those low ribs up and in, knee to elbow. Keep it going. Nike pretty much said it. Just do it, yeah? When you don't feel like doing it, just do it. Face those fears. Just do it. I don't think I've ever regretted facing a fear of mine. Sure, there's been uncomfortable situations, but someone else said somewhere, I don't know if this one was a grandpa, that your measure of success can be measured by how many uncomfortable conversations you have. Hold the knee in, tiny pulses. I think that has some truth to it. I don't know if that's the measure of success, but I think there is some truth to the fact that putting yourself in an uncomfortable conversation, uncomfortable position promotes growth so fast, so quickly. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Tuck those toes, downward facing dog. Yeah, have a sigh. Have a side to side with the legs, the hips. Ripple forward, find plank pose. Bend your knees, trail it back, find downward facing dog. So from here, I want you to get a little creative. If you can find various ways to move from plank pose back to downward facing dog, that's what I want. I want you to get creative. I want you to think outside the box. Adults find the most logical way to get from point A to point B. And today I want you to think like a child and think of all of the XYZ ways that you can go, right? Those different routes that you can go from plank pose to down dog. Plank pose to down dog. It's not always just A to B. All the different creative ways. Okay, for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one. From plank pose, lift your left arm forward. Exhale, drag it back towards your left hip. Again, we reach it forward. Exhale, drag it back. Keep the hips and the shoulders square. For 2, drag it back. And for 1, replace the hand. Opposite hand reaches. Reach, drag it back. Reach, drag it back. Don't let the arms slump down. You're keeping it in line with the body, and the right shoulder is staying square with the left shoulder. So is the right hip. For 2, for 1, come forward, take a push-up. Exhale, bring it right back down, dog. Good work. Even if you laid on your back, you're doing great. All right, pedal out the feet. Look forward at the top of your mat, bend your knees. Walk, step, or hop. All the way to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to the sky. Take a side stretch. Catch your left wrist. Reach up and over. Switch it out. Come back to center, grab opposite elbows. Take your feet wider than your hips. Good, reach those elbows to the sky. And then soften the front ribs towards the back ribs. Let's take big circles. Reach up and over to the left. And start to peel open through those right ribs. Come through, forward fold. And we come up the other way. You have 3 in one direction, and then we'll switch. This is slow and controlled with a little bit of suspension, core engagement at the top. Last one. Woo! Switch the arms. Let's go the other way. Nice and controlled. Bend those knees. Slow moving. 3 in total. Peeling it up. And last one. Reach up, exhale, forward fold. Wide-legged forward folds. Nice. You can bend into one knee, shake out your head, bend into the next. Maybe take a twist, reach one arm up to the sky, and then switch it out. Good work. Turn your toes out, your heels in. Come into a Malasana squat here, booty down to the earth. Just take a moment to breathe. Lengthen your neck, chin in towards your chest. I already feel better. Maybe you do too. I hope, at least. Okay, we're gonna step back into plank pose, and this time lower all the way to the floor. Good work. Okay, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Bella's like, what's wrong with you? And then take your fist into your left hand. Good, bend into your right knee, and we're gonna pierce the ceiling. Pierce. So this is all in your right booty, as well as in the stabilization of your hips, and that's your core. Your butt is your core, and so are your stabilizers in your hips. So we gotta keep those hip points down, and we gotta get that right booty on fleek. You wanna feel that pump. It's a tiny pierce. It's not like a, yeah? Try to find that really, you might even put a hand there. Oh, that's really hard to do, never mind. The hand would go there to feel that sensation, but I'm sure you're already feeling it. Let's go for 2. And for 1, lengthen it long. Let's find it on the other side. We good, Van? I think my neighbors are throwing things. Yeah, left toes to the sky, pierce it up. Shh, shh, shh. What are they doing, Bella? Shh, shh. Keep those hips nice and square. And I'm using my arms. I am not passive. I'm not slinking down. I'm pushing my arms into the floor. We're strong, total body control. Everything's connected. Little pierce, little pierce. Yeah, just kiss the ceiling. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Come back to the other leg, start to roll behind you. So you're let's do that again. You're taking that right leg all the way to the left edge of the mat. You tap it down, you come back, lengthen it long. You've got 4 of those. Roll it behind you, tap, lengthen it long. This requires your control. You're not slinging that leg back. Every movement you do is slow and controlled. Something sounds hilarious, people. All right, last one. And switch it up.
Opposite leg bends, roll into it to the other side. Try to keep those forearms on the mat. We're not lifting up the forearms. This is like a reverse twist. A supine twist, if you will. 2. Anything that's done on your belly is like it's called prone. So if someone says pronated, it means it's the front side of your body. All right, start to reach your arms forward, float the legs. Little swimmers, tiny little swimmers. It's opposite, 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 opposite. Yep, keep breathing, keep your head lifted. Try to get your biceps in line with your ears, your chin in towards your chest. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Halfway, keep it going. Maybe pick up the pace for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push the floor away. Find child's pose, suck in the belly. Sigh it out, go. Good, rock the forehead side to side. Give it a little massage. A little massagey. Excellent, and then we come back onto your back to finish things up. You will want your block for this one. Okay. So first you start with your feet flexed towards the sky. Yeah, you can keep your hands right next to your hips or behind your head. And then bend the knees so that they are creating this 90-degree shape. Good. Point the toes. Do not have your knees closer to your chest. They are right over your hips. If you want to measure it, put your hands there and try to, actually, let's do that. Put your hands onto your thighs and push. Push and push. So thighs into hands and hands into thighs. Push, push, push for 5, 4, 3. You can't see it, but you can feel it. 2, and 1. Slowly release. Tap the toes forward. Exhale, knees over hips. Tap the toes forward, knees over hips. If you need to, put your hand below your low back so that you don't lift the low back. Yeah. So try to smush your hand down the whole time, and that'll give you that deeper oblique, deeper transverse abdominal engagement. Whew. Guys, it's been like a minute, and I am sweating. Okay, for 4, knees right over hips. For 3, for 2, for 1. Keep those legs right there, 90 degrees. Bring your block, put it right on top of that right thigh. If you don't have a block, you can use a cushion or you can just try to stabilize. So first we have the elbow making the connection with the block. Okay, you can also use a foam roller. That's a good one. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Opposite leg goes long. Exhale, knee comes back in. If you want extra credit here, extra work, straighten the leg and lengthen it. Straighten and lengthen. So that's your extra challenge, or it's knee in, knee out. So here, if I were to come up to you and try to take this block, I shouldn't be able to. Lift your shoulders off the mat. Support your skull with your hands. Let's go for 4. You're either here, 3, or you're here. 2, and 1. Stay. Switch out the elbow. Oh boy, bottom shoulder off. Keep it going. It's either here, knee to knee, or it's straight leg. Lengthen and long. For 5, that's it. For 4, for 3, lift that bottom shoulder. For 2, holy moly. And for 1, stay lifted, tiny little pulses. Frame your hips. This is your upper crunches now for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Opposite side, right into it. No time to waste. Elbow to block on thigh. Opposite leg, lengthen it long. Bring it in. We're almost done after this, so give it all you got, yeah? Don't turn off the video. Don't walk away. Don't go do whatever it is you're about to do. I know I don't see you right now, but I see you. Hold yourself accountable. For 4, For 3. For 2. That's your other option. For 1, switch out the elbow. For 5. Oh, my Lanta. For 4. 3. 2. And 1. Bring both knees into your chest. Catch the ankles or the thighs. Happy baby pose, please. Roll out the feet, point and flex the toes. Side away, maybe a little brrr. Last one if you want it. This is it. Block between your feet. Flex the toes towards your face. Lengthen it long, maybe halfway, maybe 2 inches above the ground. Yeah, halfway or 2 inches. Take it back up. We've got 3 of these. 3. Then we add the arms. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, reach up. Roll back. Exhale, reach up. Put it all together. Grab the block. Lengthen both the arms and legs. Holy moly. Exhale, switch it out. Use your breath. Do as many as you can. I'm probably gonna get 5 in here before I quit, because I did this yesterday. This is for you, it's not for me. So you stay accountable, you stay with it. Consistency is key, my friend. 2, mother. And I'm sorry if anyone has kids. I think that's just Taylor. All right, bring those feet on the floor. Start to take the knees side to side. Little windshield wipers. Good, then let them fall to one side, let the knees stack. Full twist here, look to the other side for 2. Big breaths into the belly. Maybe take your hand here to feel that. And 1, bring it over to the other side. 2. And 1. And this is how we will actually finish up here, is with a block below your hips. My timer is about to go off. Okay. And I walked my legs out long, so the block is right below your sacrum, or you can keep the knees bent. And what I'm actually doing is rolling my pubic bone towards my heart so that I find this pelvic bowl tilt up, and then I'm dumping it down and forward to find this generous stretch in the belly. Almost like cat and cow. A little massage with the block there. And you can do this if you have a foam roller. It's actually probably better with a foam roller. And if you don't have anything, you could do this on a rolled up blanket. Otherwise, just keep your hips lifted if you don't want to use props. And then we will all make our way to this, so move it out of the way and just lift the hip points high for 3, for 2, for 1, and lower all the way down. Good work. All right. If you would like a Shavasana, you may take one, but this is designed for you to get in and get out. So if you want to do a Shavasana, set a timer for 3 to 5 minutes, even 2 minutes works. Thank you guys. See you next time.